G-Shock have just released an anniversary version of one of their most iconic Gs, and you know what? If you haven't got one of these already, where have you been for 30 years? Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. And today, we're going to show off a beautiful G-Shock that's celebrating a birthday. Yes, this reference has been around for 30 years and is very iconic to G-Shock as a brand. And even though it's not what you would say is pioneering, it wasn't the first rounded G-Shock, and it wasn't the first G-Shock to have a triple graph, but G-Shock pulled all those elements in together to form an absolute icon. So much so, it wasn't just sportsmen and women wearing G-Shocks anymore, it was rappers, actors, and skateboarders down your local park. We are obviously talking about the DW6900. I currently own the basic model, I've had it for 3 years now, and I absolutely love it. Now, today's anniversary reference celebrates a line that came out in 1995 called the H Thrasher series, and it was specifically marketed towards the extreme sportists. You know, the skateboarders.
Bit like me.
Anyway, what's this anniversary edition like? Do I recommend it to you, even if you do currently own one of these basic models? What does the wife think? And get to see a lovely picture of a Casio at the end sent in by one of you subscribers. I bought this watch on Amazon for £80. It was £10 cheaper than on G-Shock's website. Are you G-Shock ready? Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the DW6900 TR-1ER. And if we put it to my basic 6900, well, there are some differences. First of all, this watch is made using bio-resin and not normal resin. Basically, G-Shock just wants to look like they're caring for the planet. A load of rubbish, really, isn't it? Considering the amount of resin G-Shock pumps out. Anyway, the feel of these watches are exactly the same. Bio-resin, normal resin. It may be a little bit stiffer, but I have had this for 3 years. With the anniversary edition, we have a stainless steel tang buckle. The basic model, surprising to me at the time, is just plastic. But if we look at the face of these watches, we can see that the light button at the front is polished stainless steel on the anniversary edition and just plastic on the basic one. The text colours, as well as the button, matches the reference that came out in 1995, which is very cool. The triple graph filters, they do look a little bit washed out, just a little bit compared to the basic one, but I think it goes well with the colour palette. And even though I do miss that little blue on the water resistant text, I think I love the red accents more. And I gotta be honest, this is the first time I've realised that the graph on the right is bigger than the two on the left. I think it's because the water 20 bar resist is so bright and obviously is not aligned centrally because that right circle's just a bit big. Funny what colour does, isn't it? Now, there's a big feature to this watch when you push the illuminator button. I'll show you that in a minute. The other difference comes in the case back because we have 30 stars going around that case back, just like a birthday cake with 30 candles. Something you're only going to get with the anniversary model. Oh, my wrist is going to be happy with that. Now, this model has the basic features, basic functions of a G-Shock. All I need really, an alarm, countdown timer and stopwatch. This reference keeps the time in the top right when you are using those different modes, which is phenomenal. And it's time we saw that party piece, isn't it? Push the light button and we have a very strong ice white LED coming from the left, illuminating the screen. And if you turn it at an angle, you can see the word since and the number 1995. I don't need to explain that, do I? But that is cool, something exclusive to this model. G-Shock nuts go crazy for that watermark stuff. I think it's cool as well, to be fair. However, what I'm not cool about is no electroluminescent backlight. That's what I get with a basic model. And yes, even though it is very strong, I still like these old references. And even though this basic one has a 2 to 3 year battery life, this anniversary one has a 5 to 6 year battery life, I still pine for the electroluminescent on this one. Like to know what you think.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and yes, this is a big boy. It definitely sits on your wrist bigger than the original square, but I think it looks very cool, even on my little wrist. Love that red text on the resin shroud of this watch, and I really do love that polished light button with the red G. Notice that this is a new Casio stroke G-Shock with a very clear LCD display.
Well done.
It's a bit hit and miss at the minute with a lot of G-Shocks and Casios. The whole watch weighs about 67 grams, which is about average for an older G-Shock. This is not a thin boy either, at around 18.5 millimeters, but I don't care. It's cool. So there we go, the DW6900 30th Anniversary Edition. What do you think? The big question I know you're asking is, if I've got the basic version, is it worth it still buying this Anniversary Edition? In terms of specifications, no. But in terms of the fact that this is a 30th Anniversary Special Edition, yes! I think there's enough difference to this watch and enough special features that separates these two Gs. As I said, I bought this for £80 on Amazon. You can buy this basic version for around £60. Ironically, the GW6900 that came out in 2009, this one has solar power and has multi-band 6. This one is around £80. In terms of, on paper value for money, that GW6900 is the one to go for. But if you've been in this watch collecting game long enough, our thoughts on value go right out the window. I think this is a banging reference and would recommend it to anyone that is a G-Shock nut like me. And don't forget the cool box you get that you put in the attic and don't use. So here it is, my wife's opinion on the DW6900 30th Anniversary Edition. Now, she's talked about this watch before. Let's see what her insights are again. Just an ugly, bulky looking gas mask. Obviously, she's not the target market. We always say this, she's not really a fan of this reference, or any G-Shock reference to be fair. But she's not the one that's going to be wearing it, is she? Yes, another instalment of Casio Corner, and today we've got to say a big thank you to Barry Bouquet. And this is a superb shot of the DW9052, one of the G-Shocks I am wearing a hell of a lot of at the minute. Very distinguishable with those resin drilled lug guards, and this picture shows it in front of a bed of plants that look quite tentacly. Anyway, what a fantastic shot. A G-Shock shown in the outdoors, where it's meant to be. If you want to be on the next Casio Corner, all you got to do, find me on Instagram here and tag me in on one of your Casio posts. Because who knows, next time, the star of the show could be you. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you want to show more support to the Mad Watch Collector channel, we've got a Patreon now. Behind the scenes content, see the shows before anyone else, blooper reels, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of the show like this lovely lot. Ooh. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, because you're a G-Shock nut like me and a Casio freak, yeah? Oh God, look at this. I mean, look at this. Look at this, you're gonna love it. Go on, click it. Click it.